I keep using the word comfort, but that's really, really where I am in life right now. And I think that's a beautiful thing to even say that you're in a space of just feeling comfortable in your skin, comfortable in your mind, comfortable in your home, comfortable, you know, in your place that you lay your head. These are all things that we should be able to say every single day we wake up and we maneuver through life. Hey baes, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Catherine Alexandra. Today's video is just gonna be another chit chat video. You guys know I love talking to you guys and just having conversations about just where I'm at and where my headspace is at. And this is the type of videos that I want to do even more with you guys moving forward. I still love doing Loc content, of course, and I will continue to do that, but just want to connect with all of my beautiful brown skinned brown women out there on a deeper level and just talk about things that are a little bit more personal to us. On today's video, and if you see from the title, I'm going to be talking about growing locks and adulting. And I know you guys are probably like, what the hell does that have to do with each other? What does one have to do with the other, right, Kat? And really what I mean by that is just talking about where I am right now in my life, the space that I'm in, while also going through this journey of growing my locks. I am 30 years old. I turned 30 at the end of December of 2022. I started my locks at the beginning of 2022 in January, and just reflecting on the person that I am and where I am now in life versus where I was, you know, before I started my lock journey, and just taking the time to appreciate where I was and where I am now and where I'm trying to go. A lot of times when people talking about starting your lock journey, they talk about this spiritual aspect of it. And I say it all the time on my channel and I joke a lot about it. But when I used to hear people say that, I would be like, what the hell are these people talking about? Like, it's just locks, it's just hair. But now that I'm actually in it and I'm going through the journey, I can really, really attest to like the spiritual awakening and the spiritual kind of shift that happens. And for me, I think everybody's spiritual shift and awakening is obviously different. It's, you know, everybody is not going to go through the same thing at the same time and it's not going to look the same, but I can attest for myself how it really looked. Just growing as a woman and being comfortable in my skin, growing as a Black woman and being comfortable in my skin and embracing my hair and my natural hair and everything that comes with it, but everything else that also came into my life at the same time. So when I started my lock journey, I was 29 years old. I had recently, I don't want to say recently, I was about a year into the current role that I am now, but I, you know, am like in my career field now. I'm doing work that is related to what I went to school for and what I want to do. And I really do enjoy the work that I do. I work in healthcare as a project coordinator. I live in New York City. I'm from New York City, and we all know New York City rent is crazy. So in New York City, like we don't move out of our parents' house until we like 30, okay? Because it's a struggle out here, all right? So I was 29 and I was still living at my mom's house. And during that time, I actually found a place and moved out. And so now I have my own place, right? So I'm going from, you know, finally getting ingrained into my career field to moving out of my mom's place and living on my own and dealing with all these other responsibilities now, but also like becoming more and more comfortable and confident in myself and in my skin. And as I'm growing as a person and as I'm growing as a woman, my locks are also growing and evolving at the same time. And it's actually been like a really beautiful journey just to see when I sit down and think about like where I was a few years ago and where my headspace was and where I am now at 30 years old, and I'm a year and 4 months into my lock journey. There's been a lot of growth. You know, there's been a lot of growth, not just with my locks, but there's been a lot of personal development and a lot of personal growth. And that's something that I want to introduce on my channel and just talk about a lot more with all of you. Because it is truly a beautiful thing when you are able to grow as a person. If something is not growing, it's dead. We all know that. If a plant is not growing, it's dead. Where I am in life now, I'm growing and I'm evolving, and I am just so comfortable in who I am as a woman. I'm comfortable in who I am as a Black woman, and the comfortability that I have with myself, it makes it so much easier for me to come on camera and talk to you all and produce content. And I'm not just focusing on Loc content, I'm trying to integrate other things into my content as well, because I want everybody that's out there to watching my content to really feel connected, because we are, as much as we function through life and we try to live in our own individual bubbles, there are experiences and things that happen in life that we can connect with another person on. And I think it's a really dope thing that you can find community and you can find like-minded people and you can find people who look like you, and having that connectedness makes life a little bit easier to go through and to manage, honestly. I think it's what honestly keeps us sane at the end of the day. I'm at this really like reflective point in my life right now, and I don't know if this is just what happens when you turn 30 years old. You just take a moment and you start really like smelling the air and start appreciating things a lot differently. But I'm growing, y'all. My locks are growing and I'm growing, and I'm adulting, and this adulting thing is different, but it's a beautiful thing. I've definitely come into a point where I've learned to just really lean into myself a lot more, and that has brought me a lot of comfort. I keep using the word comfort, but that's really where I am in life right now. And I think that's a beautiful thing to even say that you're in a space of just feeling comfortable in your skin, comfortable in your mind, comfortable in your home, comfortable, you know, in your place that you lay your head. These are all things that we should be able to say every single day we wake up and we maneuver through life. And so adulting has been a beautiful thing. Growing my locks at the same time has in so many ways become such a symbolic attribute to it as well, which I never thought would happen, because for me it was always just like, okay, locks are just hair, you know. I've always had natural hair. This is just a different way that I'm gonna be rocking my natural hair. But I really don't think that it's like no coincidence that the time that I started to go through my Loc journey is the same exact time when I started going through all these different changes in my day-to-day life and surroundings, but also these changes within myself. And then it also just felt like the right time for me to even start doing content creation and talking about these things as well. The fact that I have this comfortability in myself makes it a lot easier for me to come on camera and talk to you guys and connect with you guys. And it's something that I really enjoy doing. And it's probably because I also enjoy talking. I'm a people person, but I really do enjoy coming on camera and creating content surrounding these things, because it's very important to me and I want other people to feel the same way. And there may be people out there that are watching my channel that are not in the same space. You know, you may be going through different things in your life, and you may be starting your Loc journey just because you're ready for a change, right? Or you're ready to just let go of all of the fears and the hesitations that you have about yourself, and just ready to start leaning into yourself, embracing yourself a little bit more. And I think that is beautiful, and that's a part of growth. And I think that's a big part of adulting, and just realizing that, you know, you are your own person. You know, you are taking care of yourself, and you're doing the things to take care of yourself. But adulting, you know, it has its ups and it has its downs. And I think it's important that there's community built around it. And I love that we have this Loc community now where we can all come together and we could talk about, you know, some of the struggles that we may be having when it comes to our Loc journey. You know, a lot of the struggles that people have when it comes to their locks, and people talk about, oh, you know, my hair's too frizzy, or my starter lock phase, this, that, and the third. You know, a lot of the struggles that people are experiencing and are feeling are also, in my opinion, are heavily tied to the way that we have been conditioned to view Black hair. And we have been taught that, you know, having a certain texture of hair or having a certain length of hair is what's deemed as beautiful. And now having locks, you know, locks in the process of your hair locking is literally you just leaving your hair alone. You're not combing it, you're not detangling it, you're not blow drying it, you're not pressing it. You know, you're literally leaving your hair alone to tangle and intertwine and do whatever the heck it wants to do. And that's an adjustment for a lot of us. That is letting go of control. It's letting go of what we were taught to think about Black hair, and it's letting go of the control of our hair having, or feeling like our hair always has to be done. It has to be combed. It has to be pressed. It has to be this. It has to be pulled back or something. Like, we're letting go of that notion, and it's different. It's certainly different for us in our community. It's certainly different from what we've been taught to think about our hair, and it goes against what society also really teaches about how a woman should keep her hair. And I think it's so beautiful that we are at this point in our lives where we are coming together within the Loc community and letting go of that control, and we're leaning more into ourselves. And I think leaning more into yourself is really a sign of growth, and it's a sign of maturing, and it's a sign of, you know, becoming an adult. So even though the topic and the title of my video, when you first see it, you're probably going to be like, what the hell is this girl talking about? But there is really a correlation of like growing your locks and adulting and just becoming who you are and maturing and just going through life. I absolutely love this journey, this loc journey that I've been going on. It has taught me so much about myself, things that I never thought I could imagine. And this is coming from somebody who's always had natural hair. But even then I was taught, like, you know, when it comes to natural hair, I need to keep my hair blow dried and I need to keep it this way and that way. And I'm, you know, going against that grain. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, I absolutely love my hair. I love the community that has been built around Black people, Black men and women having locks. And, you know, we are all going through this journey together and growing and developing. So this was just a quick little rant, you guys. It probably was so random, but it was something that was on my heart. And hopefully somebody out there can resonate with, you know, what I was talking about and the message that I was trying to get at today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe and turn your notifications on. And I will see you guys in the next video.